Thank you to James Narengi for rejoining as a YouTube member, and another reminder that memberships will be switching to Patreon for next year, so if you'd like to become a member and support the work that I do for this channel, you can do by clicking the link in the description down below. Thank you to all members for your support. Now let's get on with the video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final Super League Power Rankings video for 2025. It's been a wild journey, a wild ride, a lot of ups and downs, not just for me, not just for you, but for all these teams on the list as well. I'm going to go through, very simply, the round 27 power rankings, and then I'll go through some of the cool and groovy stats from the year, such as rounds moved, places moved, best and worst ranks, how many different ranks each team has had, and their average rank over the course of the season, and show you the final leaderboard on where I place teams based on form and performance all throughout the year. So, the Super League round 27 power rankings are: in 12th place, moving down one, Salford Red Devils. In 11th, moving up one, Castleford Tigers. In 10th, staying where they are, Warrington Wolves. Staying where they are in 9th, I have Huddersfield Giants. Staying where they are in 8th, I have Catalans Dragons. And staying where they are in 7th, I have Hull FC. Moving down one, in 6th, I have St Helens. In 5th, and moving up one, I have Wakefield Trinity. In 4th, moving down 2, I have Leeds Rhinos. In 3rd place, moving up one, I have Leigh Leopards. In 2nd place, also moving up one, I have Hull Kingston Rovers. And in 1st place, staying where they are, I have Wigan Warriors. Starting with the Salford Red Devils, they've actually moved in 9 different rounds this year. They've actually moved 10 different places. In terms of the worst rank they've had, that's 12th, most recently round 27, and the best rank they've had this year is 10th. That was all the way back in round 7. They've had 3 different ranks this year, 10th, 11th, and 12th, and their average rank on the season is 11.59. Next up, we have the Castleford Tigers. They've moved in 14 different rounds this season. They've moved 18 places in total. The worst rank they've had all year is 12th, as recently as round 26. Their best rank of the year was 5th, and that was back in round 1. They've had 5 different ranks this year. That's 5th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, and their average rank on the season is 10.48. Next up, we have the Warrington Wolves. They have moved in 16 rounds this season. They've actually moved 20 places in total. The worst rank they've had all year is 10th place. That was as recently as this round. And the best rank they've had all year is 4th place, and that was way back in round 2. In terms of different ranks, they've had 7 of them. They've been 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And their average rank on the season is 7.93. Then we move on to 9th place Huddersfield Giants. They've moved in 11 different rounds this season. They've moved 18 places in total. Their worst rank on the year was 12th. That was way back in round 9. Their best rank of the season is 8th place, as recently as round 25. In terms of different ranks, they've had 5 of them. That's 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And their average rank on the season is 9.74. Next up, we have the Catalans Dragons. They've moved in 11 rounds this season. They've moved 13 places in total. Their worst rank of the year was 11th back in round 15, and their best of the season is 8th place, currently round 27. They've had 4 different ranks this year in 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, and their average rank this season is 9.37. But on to 7th place, Hull FC. They've moved in 12 rounds this season, moving a total of 20 different places. Their worst rank on the year was 8th, that's back in round 3. And their best of the season was 2nd, all the way back in round 1. They've had 7 different ranks this year, being in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Their average rank on the year is 5.37. Next up, in 6th place, St Helens. They've moved 17 rounds this season. They've moved a total of 24 places. Their worst rank on the season was 9th, and that was way back in round 10. Their best spot of the year was 1st, way back in round 3. They've had 9 different ranks this year, which is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Their average rank on the season is 4.33. Moving on to Wakefield Trinity, they've moved 18 times this year, and they've moved 28 spaces. The worst rank they've had all year is 9th, back in round 9, and their best rank of the year is 3rd, way back in round 1. They've had 6 different ranks this season in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 9th. Their average rank on the season is 5.81. Next up, we have the Leeds Rhinos. They moved in 15 rounds this season, and they've moved 20 places in total. Their worst rank of the year was 10th place. That was way back in round 1. Their best rank of the season was 1st place, as recently as round 25. They've had 8 different ranks this year, which is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, and 10th. Their average rank on the year was 3.81. Then we move on to the Leigh Leopards. They've moved in 16 rounds this year. They've moved a total of 28 places this season. Their worst rank of the year was 8th place back in round 7, and their best of the year was 1st place as recently as round 20. They've had 8 different ranks as well, being in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Their average rank on the season is 4.41. Then we move on to Hull Kingston Rovers. They've moved in 13 different rounds this season. They've moved a total of 18 places overall. The worst rank they've had all year is only 5th place. That's back in round 2. And the best, of course, is 1st as recently as round 22. In terms of different ranks, they've only had 5, being in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Their average rank of the season is 2.22. Finally, we have the Wigan Warriors. They've moved in 14 rounds this season. They've moved a total of 22 places. Their worst rank of the year was actually 8th place back in round 1, and their best rank of the year is currently 1st place in round 27. They've had 8 ranks this year, being in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Their average rank on the season is 2.93. So looking at the best and worst, or most and least in each area, starting with rounds moved, the most is from Wakefield Trinity that have moved 18 times, and the least is Salford Red Devils with just 9. Then looking at places moved, the most with 28 is Leigh Leopards and Wakefield Trinity, and the team with the least amount of places moved is Salford Red Devils with just 10. And finally, in terms of number of ranks, the team with the most number of ranks is St Helens with 9, and the team with the fewest is Salford Red Devils with 3. Now for the next section, I'm going to give you time in position, so I can go through each rank from 12th up to 1st and tell you which team has held that rank most often this season. So in 12th, it has been held most by Salford Red Devils 19 times, 11th has been held mostly by Castleford Tigers 12 times, 10th is shared evenly between Catalans and Castleford, both 8 times. 9th is held by Catalans 12 times. 8th is shared between Huddersfield and Warrington, both 8 times. 7th is dominated by Hull FC 10 times. 6th is dominated by Wakefield 11 times this season. In 5th, it belongs to Leigh Leopards 8 times. 4th was actually held by Hull FC 9 times. 3rd belongs to Leeds, they held it 8 times. 2nd was dominated by Hull KR, they held it 11 times this season. And 1st place, the team most commonly at the top, was Wigan Warriors 10 times this season. So the last thing to go through in this video is the final Super League 2025 Power Rankings list. I've already gone through the average ranks, but what I'm going to do is put them all together in a list for you from 12th to 1st so you can see who's finished where overall on average from the entire season. 12th is Salford Red Devils, 11th is Castleford Tigers, 10th, Huddersfield Giants, 9th, Catalans Dragons, 8th, Warrington Wolves, 7th, Wakefield Trinity, 6th, Hull FC, 5th, Leigh Leopards, 4th, St Helens, 3rd, Leeds Rhinos, 2nd, Wigan Warriors, and 1st is Hull Kingston Rovers. So that's where they place overall based on my power rankings across the entire season. So I do think that Salford and Castleford being 12th and 11th is completely fair, completely understandable, and I don't think anybody would disagree with that. I think we're all probably in agreement that that's where they should be for the whole season. For Huddersfield, Catalans and Warrington, I think most would agree with that order as well. Now, there is a gap for Warrington in terms of average rank, because Huddersfield, they never really hit a decent rank, neither did Catalans, but Warrington at least hit a fairly decent rank for a slightly sustained period of time, so that does help to elevate Warrington into 8th place. But for 7th and 6th, Wakefield and Hull FC, you can absolutely make the argument that Wakey should be above Hull FC. You can absolutely do that. But you've got to keep in mind that the first third of the season, Hull FC were a really strong side. Like a really strong side. So I do think the peaks that they've had do help them in the average rank this season. The next duo is Leigh and Saints. You can absolutely make the argument that Leigh should go above Saints. You can absolutely make that argument, and I'd probably make it with you. Saints are helped out by the fact that I did give them 1st place after round 1. That did have an asterisk next to it, but it does count. And they were 1st in round 2. So there's a couple major peaks that Saints have had, but that margin is very, very close. But I think those two, probably 5th and 4th, make complete sense. But with the top 3, you've got Leeds Rhinos in 3rd. I think that's completely understandable. You could even make the argument that Leigh should be 3rd on this list. I do get it. They are 3rd in the standings, but again, this is not based on wins and losses because they can be misleading. Power rankings are based on form and performance, as wins and losses can be misleading. But I do think Leeds have been the 3rd best team overall this year. Again, you can make the argument Leigh are 3rd best. You can make that argument, and I wouldn't be upset if you did make it, but I do think Leeds have been 3rd best. But then in the top two, Wigan being second, I think they've been great this season overall. There was a dip kind of a few months ago. They had losses to Wakefield and Hull FC. There was a game where they should have lost to Huddersfield Giants, but there was a great try at the end of the game for Eckersley, I think it was. Wigan have had some lows this year, but I think as of right now, they are at the highest peak. I think they're the most dangerous looking team of any point in the season this year. I think Wigan are the most dangerous as of right now, and that's why they sit at the top of the power rankings. And then first place, Hull Kingston Rovers. They've been the best overall all year long. They've been really consistent. The first few games weren't that great. First one against Cass wasn't great. Second one against Wakey wasn't great. They were dominant against Salford the week after. Salford did have some regulars in that game, but they were awful. They were absolutely awful. And then the week after that, they put in another really convincing display against Saints. And they just kind of maintained it. They did have a loss to Wigan earlier in the year, but they maintained it all throughout the year until when they lost to Leeds and then Leigh back-to-back. Those kind of performances, there was a bit of a dip, but other than those few losses, they've still been a very strong side. Deserve the League Leaders Shield, probably deserve the Challenge Cup as well. But yeah, will they get a third one? We will see. So there you have my Super League 2025 power rankings of the entire season. If you guys have your own list on how you'd rank the team's performances over the course of the year, let me know in the comments section down below. But as always, if you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like. It does help to get the video out there to more people. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with more Kinetic Rugby League content. And if you'd like to become a member, you can do by clicking the link in the description down below. But that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.